No player has ever dominated the NBA like Shaquille O'Neal did. His very presence was so daunting that coaches came up with an entirely new set of rules to guard him. However, despite not being as physically imposing as the LSU alum, a former teammate of his has claimed that Nikola Jokic is every bit as dominant as the Lakers' big man was. Derek Fisher joined Byron Scott's Fast Break and discussed the dominance of Shaq and how Jokic's hold on the sport today is comparable. Nikola Jokic has been deserving of the MVPs the way he dominates the game. Obviously extremely different than Shaq, but the concept is the same. You have no matchup for Nikola Jokic, Fisher said. The comparison between Shaq and Jokic isn't as far-fetched as it seems at first glance. Fisher highlights that they aren't dominant in the same way, but the impact is the same. Fisher used an intriguing analogy of the WWF and the WWE to further solidify his point. There was a time when WW was the WWF, World Wrestling Federation. Again, not right or wrong, because one could argue that the WWE is more impactful sport than the WWF, Fisher said. He used the comparison of the WWE and WWF to illustrate the way different methods can result in the same desired outcome. Shaq was a force of nature. There weren't any players that were as strong as him and able to prevent him from backing down to the basket. His physicality forced teams to have at least 3 big men on their team, because one may foul out. Jokic isn't imposing his will on the game in that manner. However, he makes his teammates better. Teams are forced to stockpile great defensive players because Jokic will find the open man during any defensive lapse. Shaq recognizes the greatness of Jokic. Shaq is not only recognized as one of the best centers of all time by his peers, but he holds himself in the highest regard. Subsequently, he is traditionally hard on the centers of the next generation. However, there is one big man whom he's consistently given praise, and that's Jokic. "You know I love you, you're the best player in the league and I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear it from me first. I thought SGA should have been MVP. That's no disrespect to you, but congratulations," Shaq said. His comments to Jokic caused a huge uproar from the public. Fans and analysts called Shaq out for his inability to acknowledge the true greatness of the Nuggets big man.